Being able to understand and correctly read the labels on food items is vitally important to be able to make good food choices and prepare healthy food in your kitchen. Whether you are new to keto or have been following ketogenic diet for years, it's incredibly important to always read the label. Food labels not only help consumers to make informed decisions, compare products and understand what ingredients they are digesting, but also have better visibility on the nutritional content of said products. In the case of a keto diet, food labels and packaging make it easier to keep a close eye on carbs to stay within the recommended 20 grams per day limit. But there are other considerations too. Including packaged foods in a healthy diet is trickier, but it isn't impossible if you learn how to use the nutrition facts on the package to judge the quality of the food inside. The vitamin or mineral content is less important as a basis for buying a product unless everything else adds up to a healthy choice. Focus on the back label. Brands use a lot of buzzwords and claims on their packaging. You'll be very familiar with claims like low fat, high fiber, sugar free, low carb, etc. It probably comes as no surprise that consumers are more likely to buy keto products with claims on their packaging and will remain loyal to a particular brand or product as a result. The same goes for products aimed at keto followers. However, a lot of these claims cannot be backed up with real science, and often the ingredients and nutritional content contradict any claims. It's therefore safer to ignore what's on the front of the pack and focus on the back label. Size matters. Serving size is always the first item on the label. All other information is based on that serving size. The servings per container tell you how many portions are in the box, package or can. Beware, many packages contain more than one serving. For instance, look at Sugar Swap's Atta pack for example. Here the label says 50.5 calories per serving, that is per 15 grams of serving, and a 1 kg pack has 67 servings. Ingredients to avoid. It goes without saying that carbohydrates and sugars need to be avoided or limited on a keto diet, but there are other ingredients to avoid too. Maintaining a healthy, balanced diet whilst on keto may be difficult if you aren't checking the label every time. For example, certain soft cheeses like cottage cheese are great sources of protein but can have elevated level of carbs. Foods like this should be avoided on keto diet, but you would only know that if you read the label. Here are 4 ingredients to avoid, so keep an eye out for them on labels. Aspartame. It's an artificial sweetener that has been linked to adverse health conditions including migraines, muscle spasms, and even strokes. Maltitol. It's another artificial sweetener to avoid. Despite it being sugar-free, your blood glucose will still rise and slow or stop nutritional ketosis. Partially hydrogenated oil, also known as trans fat, increases the amount of bad cholesterol in your body. Sodium nitrite is a preservative found in processed meats to extend shelf life, the one to avoid. Sugar comes in many shapes and sizes. Did you know that there are over 50 different names of sugar? If you don't know what to look for on labels and nutritional information, then how can you be sure that the products you're purchasing are actually keto friendly or not? Stay away from added sugars. Sugar, no matter what it's called, contains almost no nutrients other than pure carbohydrates. A heavy sugar intake fills you up with empty calories, keeps you from eating healthy food, and stresses your body's ability to maintain a healthy blood sugar level. Steer clear away from foods that have sugar, honey, molasses, corn syrup, corn sugar, fructose, or high fructose among the first 3 ingredients. Other names of sugar include agave nectar, brown sugar, cane sugar, corn sweetener, dextrose, maltose, fruit juice concentrate, and glucose. Here at Sugar Swap, we recommend to avoid any sugars or sweeteners and have only erythritol, stevia, xylitol, and monk fruit sweeteners. Net carbs versus total carbs. One of the most hotly debated topics amongst keto community is how to count carbs. Total carbs or net carbs. This can make a huge difference to your individual diet, especially if you don't know how to calculate your carbohydrate intake and how to read this on food labels. Let's start with the basic equations. Total carbs is equal to sugars plus starches plus fiber. And the net carbs is equal to total carbs minus fiber. So now you know how to calculate your carbs. The next step is to understand how to find this info on the foods and beverages you are buying. What makes this difficult is the fact that many brands present these nutritional values differently, and depending on the country you are buying your products from also impacts how easy it is to find the right information on your labels. Nutritional information in India shows the total carbs. Our best guidance would be to first decide on how you are going to measure your carbs and then get into the habit of checking the right numbers on the bag of all your favorite foods. Aim for foods that have 5 grams of fiber per serving, or at least 1 gram of fiber for every 10 grams of carbohydrates. Look for fat, the good, the bad, and the really bad. Check the saturated fat and trans fat content of the food. Keep the saturated fat and cholesterol low and avoid trans fats altogether. Look for foods that have 0 grams of trans fat and are lowest in saturated fat and cholesterol. Stay away from the foods that have the words partially hydrogenated vegetable oil in the ingredients list. Foods made with healthy unsaturated oils are better bets for you. Here at SugarSwap, we recommend you to use extra virgin coconut oil, extra light olive oil, butter, ghee, cheese, cream cheese as good source of fats. Please don't eat any fats other than these suggested ones if you are on keto. While the macronutrient requirements are almost the same among people, calorie or energy requirements may vary largely. So your daily value requirement will have to be adjusted accordingly. The nutritional label only serves as a guide for how a certain food fits in your daily nutrition needs. Read the ingredients label to make sure you're eating as wholesome ingredients as possible. We hope this practical advice helps you make the most informed decisions on your next supermarket shopping.
Thank you for watching this video, and please do follow all our series. You will be getting interesting information and facts on keto diet. Thank you for watching once again. This is Swapna Madhuker signing off. Namaste.